All right, y'all, welcome to another episode of Candid Talk with your host, Rasheen Winter Harris. It's your boy, the God, back with my special guest, Shaq Daddy. Pause. Sorry, I got you.
I
But,
can't.
but nah, today we're going to be talking about pretty much the downside of picking the wrong people on your team or having the wrong people around you when you are trying to get things done.
I really think you choose these topics just to trigger me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but I know you have the experience. So yeah, this is what we're gonna be talking about today. The downside of choosing the wrong people to have around you in your circle when you're trying to get things done, whether you're an entrepreneur or just somebody that's trying to survive in life. But here we go. This is Candid Talk, y'all. Hope y'all ready.
It's Candid Talk where we lay it down. No room for fakes, we wear the crown.
All right. Well, Shaq, I know overall you do, like I said, everything. You've pretty much networked with a lot of different people. Um, as far as I know, you're family oriented as well. So I'm assuming you have people close that you care about, or at least
Yeah,
build
a handful.
a handful. So, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, how important it is to have the right people around you when you're going forward, or just in life, I'm gonna say.
Okay, so that's like going to be a two-part answer for me. For one, having the right people around you is definitely important,
Mm-hmm.
right? To the extent of some people think the right people are the people that they've been around for all their life, that they assume is support because they're yes men instead of being honest.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but that's
Yes, you did mean to laugh.
yeah, I definitely meant to laugh. Sorry, not sorry, but that's a fact because we know.
Listen,
Yeah, that's a real thing. Mm-hmm.
the people that are around you, your crew, your family, your whatever, that have been with you since however long, they're a great support system,
Mm-hmm.
right? But as far as having them as people to work with, it can be trying. Only because you, if you have the passion for it, like we spoke about in previous episode, if you have the passion for it,
Mm-hmm.
your insight, your vision, and everything are going to be so much further out in the spectrum of things that can be accomplished than theirs. They're just there to
No, that's
say
facts.
they're helping. And then you have those that claim to be on your side but don't want to help.
Mm. So you mean just like people coasting to see if you make it? In other words,
Right.
yeah, no, that's a real thing. And I think how do you like pretty much narrate, or I say, how do you see the difference between those people that's actually there to help you versus those that's just pretty much waiting for you to make it?
The difference between the two is honesty.
What do you mean? Explain that more.
If you're really for me,
Mm-hmm.
your honesty will speak very, very loud. And when I say that, I mean, even if I think something is spectacular,
Mm-hmm.
you're the one to tell me, like, okay, well, look, I know you liked what you did or whatever, but I'm going to tell you now, blah, 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 blah.
Got you.
And most people think that's being a hater. But I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, those people that are telling you things like that are trying to make sure that you give the best that you possibly can give because they know your level of potential. And if they tell you you can do better, just do better. Not saying you got to change up everything you just did because they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Let that go. That's a done project. But
Mm.
for the next one, make the improvements. It's just like running a successful business. If your customers come to you and they're not satisfied with the way something is done or the quality of a product or whatever, you hit the drawing board. You don't throw a hissy fit and decide, oh, they just hating. I don't care if they be my customer or not. Because that leads to you having more of those customers because what the universe, God, or whoever you believe in is trying to do is to prepare you for any and everything.
Mm.
So if you can't deal with the little criticism that's supposed to be from someone that you say cares for you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're gonna do when it comes time for you to have to deal with a true customer, someone you don't know that comes and tells you, well, hey, that was cute, but it's kind of raunchy.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because I think the difference is overall is the acceptance of where you're at for real.
If you acknowledge where you are
Yeah.
and realize that you're not Denzel Washington or Angela Bassett, then you'll be able to accept all of that and do what you need to do to make it better. Because at the end of the day, a product or service, whatever you're providing, needs to satisfy the customer or the audience that you're presenting it to. And if it doesn't, and you can't take that type of criticism, again, this might not be the career path for you.
The criticism is a part of entrepreneurship in general, in my opinion.
Right.
So I don't understand the people that have a problem with criticism if they pursuing this pathway. But when it comes to like family and the business, do you mix family with business? Do you believe in that? Because some people do, they don't believe in that at all. How do you feel about family and business?
Okay, so that ties back into the handful. There are a handful of people that have not just said that they support me, but have proven it through action.
That part. Actions speak louder than words.
So, for those that have proven themselves through action to be true supporters of what I do, if those people were supposedly somehow put in a position to do something with me in business, cool. But if it's a person that never even acknowledges what you do or care to ask you any questions when they see you about how business is going or anything like that, then I don't have time to, I'm not doing it. I can't. Because at that point, you're wasting your time. It's going to end up coming to a head where there's a situation where you're really going to need that support, where you're really going to need them to step it up, and they're going to give you some type of excuse or reason why, or they're going to ghost you.
So pretty much you like to qualify family, even if it's family, like
I
regardless.
qualify
You
everybody.
qualify everybody. So you wouldn't do like what they say LeBron is doing, bringing his family on and putting them on just because.
No. The only way I would put my family on is if I was like American Gangster, where
Oh.
if they messed up, I'd shoot them. I don't know why, but this is what happens to me every time I have conversations and I'm being truthful and speaking from the heart. People laugh as if I'm doing stand-up. I can't ever get people to take me serious. I don't understand why.
Oh, it's, I gotta be like American Gangster. You messed up.
Fire.
Oh, snap. All right, well, don't mess up with Shaq Daddy. Pause.
Nope. I can't. I'm not doing this
Because
with
he will
you.
pause your existence for an era.
For an era.
Yeah, no, that's real talk.
And I ain't talking about like, okay, small, oh, I missing trip and broke a light bulb or something. Okay,
That
you know,
happens.
sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But when I really need you to step up and you ghost me
Yeah.
or you give me some lame excuse that I
That'd be
know is a
terrible.
lie,
Hey, everybody got their own methods and how they get by.
which is why I don't deal with family.
Yeah. So I guess for Shaq Daddy, pause. It's
Say
not.
pause one more time. I can't. Anyway.
But yeah, for Shaq Daddy, pause.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were setting it up.
You can't. He's not about that eras. And
Oh, yeah,
honestly,
no.
I'm not about eras either. But personally, like when it comes to working with family, I have a talented family, so it kind of hurts my heart that I didn't actually
I have a
build.
talented family too, and they
Yeah.
have some great skills.
That's
But I
what, it
promise
hurts
you,
more when you have a talented family, in my opinion, because I feel like I'm one of those people that was trying to push for it more than the family was.
oh yeah,
So what got you to the mindset of just qualifying everybody that you work with? Like how, like what really, like, because I feel like even sometimes with friends, like not even, you know what I mean, like you kind of want to see them succeed, even if it's through you sometimes. So what got you to that point where you just like, nah, I gotta qualify everybody?
okay. Hmm. Okay, so I've been at that point for a while.
Mm.
I must admit, I've been at that point for a while, but I have been working on making my cutoff game strong.
Yeah, because I mean behind the scene, he may be talking about fire, but this man be helping out a lot of people. I'm gonna say that because I know this mug. He helps out a lot of people, so don't try to let this fool you. This
No,
guy
no,
is
no, no, no.
extremely
It's different. That's different.
I'm just saying.
I'm helping someone else.
I'm just saying.
When you on my, yeah.
I got you. So on your team, your projects, you're strict with it. Like, listen,
Right. You said you were gonna do this, and if you ain't gonna do them, move.
Nah, that makes sense.
So when it comes to
Like, yeah,
when it comes to people that I don't know, right? I give people 2 chances because I don't know you. And with that being said, you can mess up one time or probably drop the ball one time or whatever, and then I'm gonna look at you funny.
yeah.
After I look at you funny, happens again, especially if it's the same exact thing, then expect me not to speak to you
Yeah,
again.
it's an issue at that point. I feel that. Yeah. Nah. Honestly, building your team is. I literally try to compare it to chess for a lot of people. If you don't play chess, you gotta have a strong board of people at least close to you. The people that are closest to you should be your strongest people. Like a lot of times, I think people are testing people out in areas where, like you said, you test people. You got 2 chances to mess up. I think a lot of new people are just trying out and trying to network with just anybody. So how do you? What you think? What?
When you made the chessboard reference,
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that.
What don't you agree with? Which part?
The people that are closest to you are going to be the ones that help you to whatever you say.
No, I'm saying the people that you have closest should be your strongest people. Like
No,
who's you gonna have close to you?
no one.
No. So where's your team? Not gonna have
My
a team?
closest people are my best supporters.
Mm.
But as far as having someone that work with, I prefer to have people that are far away from me.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean? That's almost sound like you don't want to. It sounds like that's not a team player at that point.
No, I'm a team player, but I don't need you to be close to me. Whereas I host events and you come to everything that I do at my house type situation or whatever. Because to that extent, we get too
Oh,
close.
you mean like personal close?
Yeah,
I
don't
get
need
what
that
you're
close.
saying. Okay. Yeah, nah, that's
Yeah.
not what I meant. That's not.
Oh,
what I meant.
okay.
Yeah, no. So I mean, like your strongest assets. Just like if it was business, you got assets and liabilities. Your liabilities, people that you know may not be the best. Those are your pawns. You know what I mean? That's the people that you probably call for a third party gig. But somebody, let's say, if I'm gonna work with a bunch of, I'm gonna pick somebody like you, or maybe say you'll pick somebody like, because I get things done. You know what I mean? So like, I'm a bishop, I'm a knight to some people.
But
I'm a
notice when
stronger
you play
piece.
chess,
Yeah.
when it's time to win the game,
Yeah.
are those pieces close to you?
Nah.
Okay, then.
That's what I'm saying. That's a different. You're talking about a different close. You're talking about personal close. Nah, when I'm saying I need access to my strongest people.
Oh,
when
access is one thing,
because
but they don't have to be close.
Nah, we talking about 2 different You talking about definition 1. I'm talking about definition 2.
You talking about distance?
What I mean by close is availability. I want to keep them close. I want to keep them available on my team. You talking about close as in I know your family.
Well, I mean, we already said that wasn't it.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought you
it.
meant talking about close like
I want
30
keep you
minutes
around.
away.
Nah. What I mean close is,
Oh.
I mean access. I want to keep you. I want to keep up to date. I want to build business with you. If we building,
Right.
I
Which
want
we
to
can
keep
do
building.
from a distance, and I
Yeah.
don't need nobody close to me. You
Just
ain't-
like us. Think about it. We building content right now. We don't necessarily be close. I can talk to you
No.
once a month.
right.
We can get
Because
a
before this happened, how long had it been? Right. Okay then.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
But
So,
you see
yeah.
how when things,
There are levels to the close, is what we're talking
so,
about.
but what I'm talking about as close is exactly as close as we are. When it's time to get things done, I know who to call. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
That's what I
Well,
mean.
see, then I'm thinking a different word for that. Then.
So maybe it is a different word, but that's what I mean. Like
Right.
to keep your assets close, because a lot of times you may I think a lot of people, they won't know that that person is an asset, and you would not build that connection to learn who's an asset and who to keep close. And I think a lot of times people have liabilities around, like we was already saying, people that's not really adding, and you're not really knowing when to cut off. Like you said, you've been doing this for a while, so you know who not. Like I'm not. I gave you 2 shots. You're
Right.
not getting
I
the
can
third.
do that on a consultation.
Yeah, some
I can
people don't
sit
have
down
that
with
skill
you
set.
for an hour or
That's
two
experience.
and let me know whether or not you really about what you say you about. So that's why
That's experience right there.
when I think about it, it's more on terms of not keeping them close, but definitely keeping them engaged.
So what I mean, I
Because
guess
engaging them is one thing.
yeah, keeping them
Knowing
engaged and not taking them for granted is probably what I'm coming from. Like, because when you
Okay.
know who's actually valuable, like some people don't know who's valuable. They'll think somebody, let's say, for example, like a big following online. We know because we've been doing the game for a while. Them followings don't necessarily mean something. People pay for followers, like they pay for a lot of things, and they may not have actual motion. Versus you not paying attention to this person with 100 followers, but they're connecting you every dot that you need to be connected to. So that's what I mean by like understanding your board of who's on the board.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I meant by close. But it probably more is don't take certain players for granted. Like know your team, know who's actually on your team and who's not really on your team. Yeah, some people are there for quick projects. Those are your pawns. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's those actors that you needed to fill a role. Sometimes their background. That's a real thing. That's what I meant by like close, like knowing your board. That's what I meant by like chess. So yeah, that's how I think about it. As when I'm building my team, I think about who's actually going to really kill it with me. And those are my people that's in the back with me. Oh, no, I'm going to keep you around. I need to keep you protected. Let's send the pawns out there first. Not to say that people are just being sacrifices pawns. But at the same time, some people aren't going to make it to the other side and evolve, because that's what happens in chess. The pawns can actually evolve once they show their worth. But if you got too strapped, like he said, you off the board. You're off the board. So that's maybe too many chess references at this point. But overall, I think they get what we're saying. But I think you kind of hit it on the point.
So
get that experience to actually know who's for you and who's not overall.
I just want to say, tie all of that into everything that you're working on, like whether it's family, work, even down to your personal love life. Just when you know is like a profound statement, but people don't really take it for the depth that they should take it with. Meaning, if you see somebody that has potential, you can test the waters by giving a challenge. I'm not saying challenge them every turn they make.
Yeah, facts.
Because that's not going to help. That's going to push people away.
Yeah, facts.
But if you can challenge them with one thing, and basically that one thing needs to be tied to what you hear them say, and if they don't follow through, if they don't make the layup, the alley-oop miss, or whatever the situation might be,
That part.
know that maybe that ain't the one.
Yeah, move on.
Cut your losses and going on.
Exactly. But yeah, honestly, we're gonna end it right there, because I think that's key right there. Know when to cut your losses for sure.
In whatever type of relationship or situation you're dealing with.
Yeah, but if y'all have any other questions, especially for Shaq Daddy, pause, because he's been doing this much longer than I, but also the experience when it comes to dealing with people, he's amazing with that as well. So if you need a consultation, etc., make sure you put it in the comments or hit him up directly. Where can they find you again?
NewGrindEmpire.com. NUGRINDEMPIRE.com. candidtalk.com and book your consultation today.
Don't wait. And you already know where to find me. If you don't, went to Photo, IG, went to Photo most places, honestly, and not is Big Head LLC. And that's all for today on Candid Talk. Please make sure you're picking your circles wisely. But until next time, peace to the God, peace to the goddess, peace.